Hello my dear students, in the previous class we have studied the theoretical part of first chapter of your stress strain chapter. Okay, in this class we will solve number of problems related to our whatever we studied in the theory part. Okay, starting with our first problem. In the first problem it is given that a hollow cylinder has a length 3 meter and outer diameter of that hollow cylinder, that is 400 mm, thickness is 50 mm, one load we are applying, that is 30 kilonewton, and modulus of elasticity is given 100 gigapascal. You have to find out three things: stress, our deformation, and the stiffness. Okay, so first we will calculate our stress. So what is stress? That is sigma. Stress you already know, load by area. Okay. Load is already given 30 kilonewton. Okay. Always convert into all into SI unit. Generally in strength of material case, all load convert into Newton and all dimensions convert into mm, millimeter. Okay. So here it will become 30 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. Okay, because 1 kilo equal 10 to the power 3 Newton. Okay, here also you see 100 gigapascal means you have to convert into megapascal. Because why megapascal? Because I already told stress unit is Newton per mm square or megapascal. You already know it. Okay. So always convert into this term, Newton per mm square or megapascal. So 1 gigapascal equal to 10 to power 3 megapascal. Remember this thing. Otherwise you cannot solve problem. So it will become 10 to power 5 megapascal. Clear? Now what are the remaining? Here it is thickness is in mm, no need to convert. It is also in mm, no need to convert. Length is meter, so 1 meter equal to 1000 mm. So 3 meter is equal to 3000 mm. First, while solving any problem for any subject, I suggest first write down the given data, then write down the whatever the findings, whatever you have to find out. Then next, convert all the units to your respective requirements. Like in SOM it is generally required to convert into Newton, mm, megapascal like this. So convert like this, then start solving the problem. So first question is our stress. Stress means load by area. Load is already given 330 into 10 to the power 3 kilonewton. You just find out area. Okay. So area can be find out because it is a hollow cylinder. For finding out the area, you should calculate your inner diameter also. Yes or no? So what is the inner diameter? How to find out? Inner diameter will be outer diameter minus 2 times of thickness. Yes or no? So outer diameter is given how much? 400 mm into 2 into 50 into 100 means 300 mm. Because outer diameter minus 2 times of thickness will give you the inner diameter. Clear? So now you have to calculate the area because you already find out the inner diameter. So what will the cross sectional area of a hollow cylinder? Pi by 4 outer diameter square minus inner diameter square, because it is cross sectional area. So put all the values. Pi by 4 into 400 square minus 300 square. So that will be equal to, it is coming whatever it will come. So write down this answer, because I know I have not carried the calculator. You can calculate this. So I'll just put the values here. P means 30 into 10 to the power 3 by area means 584 into 400 square minus 300 square. It is coming around 0.545 megapascal. Or you can write Newton per mm square. Okay. Now one question is over. Now second one, how to find out strain? From Hooke's law you already know, stress is equal to modulus of elasticity into strain. So strain will be how much? Sigma by E. Sigma you already calculate 0.545 by E you already given 10 to the power 5. So it will become 0.545 into 10 to the power minus 5 megapascal. Sorry, it is strain, so no unit. Strain, so no unit. Leave it like this. Now how to find out deformation? Deformation delta L, suppose from strain, because strain equal to how much? Change in length by original length. That change in length is only deformation, so it will be strain into length. So strain is given how much? This much into length. That will be your answer. Into 10 to the minus 5 into length. Length is given 3000. So that is coming around 0.016 mm. You can calculate by your own. I am just writing the answers from the book because I have no calculator. If I will calculate, then it will take much more time for all the problems. So I am not calculating, I am just writing the answers. For your practice, you should calculate your answers. So the second problem also over. Now we are moving for stiffness. Okay. So how to find out stiffness? Note it down. So what is the formula of stiffness? That is third one. Stiffness. K. That is the formula is already calculated in the previous class. That is AE by L. Again I am repeating. I just told P equal to K delta. Okay. Delta you already know. PL by AE. That is change in length. So PP cancel. So our K will be AE by L. So from this the formula has been derived. So what is the area here? Area I just worked out. Area whatever it will come 5/4 into 400 square minus 300 square into E is given 10 to the power 5 by L कितना दिया है 3000. Let's put it. So this is coming around 5.5 into 10 to the power 6. So what will be the unit of K stiffness? Just find it from here. The unit of P is Newton. A unit for delta elongation is mm. Deformation. So it will be Newton per mm. Clear? This is the first problem. Next, I will solve our second problem. Okay, our second problem. In this problem, it is given that a force of 100 kilonewton is required to punch a hole in a 6 mm thick plate by the help of a punch tool of diameter 30 mm. Okay, and in this problem you have to find out two things. One is shear stress, another one is compressive stress. So for stress you should know your load and area, but in this case you have to find out two types of area. Why? Because one, it is asked shear stress, and then it will ask compressive stress. In the previous problem it is asked our compressive stress, या फिर our tensile stress. In that case you have to take the cross sectional area, that is why you have put pi d square by 4. As it is a hollow cylinder, you have put pi by 4 into outer diameter square minus inner diameter square. But compressive stress will be over P by area, but for shear stress I already told in the previous lectures, shear stress can be find out the circumferential area or surface area. So we have to find out the surface area, circumferential area of the section. So that will be circumferential area of surface area, that will be pi d t. So it will be pi into d is 30 mm and t is 6 mm. Write down given data first. P is given 100 kilonewton, so it will be 10 to the power 5 Newton. Diameter is 30 mm, thickness is 6 mm. Just put it, that will be 180 pi mm square. Now find out our cross sectional area, that will be pi d square by 4. So it will be pi by 4 into d means 30 square. So whatever it will come. Then you would find out shear stress and compressive stress. So shear stress will be how much? Load by circumferential area. So load is 10 to the power 5 Newton by circumferential area, that is 180 pi. So whatever the value will become, that will be your answer. So it is coming around 176.84 Newton per mm square. Now our second question, compressive stress. How to find out compressive stress? Same thing, just load by cross sectional area, that is only difference. So load is 10 to the 5, same. Cross sectional area we find out pi by 4 into 30 square. So that is coming around 141.47. Clear? This is our second problem. Okay, just you have to find out two area, circumferential area and our cross sectional area, then the problem will be over. Next we'll move to third problem. Okay, this is your third problem. Okay, this problem related to your deformation or elongation due to the self weight of the bar. So in this problem, one bar is given ABC bar, that self weight is given 30 Newton and area is given, area of that wire is 9 mm square and the length is given 18 meter, 10 meter and 8 meter, and modulus of elasticity is given E 2 into 10 to the 5 megapascal. You have to find out the elongation or the deformation at B point and at C point. So first I will calculate at C point. First write down the formula. what is the deformation formula? Due to self weight, that is gamma L square by 2E or WL by 2AE. So according to the given data, you cannot put this formula because unit weight of that material is not given. That is, gamma value is not given. So don't use this formula, use this formula as self weight is given. So in this case, put all the values, that is WL by 2AE. So what is the weight given? Weight is 30 Newton. Now the question is length. So we are taking at C point, yes or no? At C. So length is our 18 meter total length. So L is 18. As it is meter, so convert into mm. That is 18,000 mm. Yeah, 18 into 10 to the power 3 mm. 2. Area is given how much? 9 mm square. E is given 2 into 10 to the power 5. So this value is coming around 0.15 mm. Clear? Now the question is over. First one. Now second bit, deformation at B point. That is important. How to calculate at B? B formula will be same, but the values will change. Now, what will the weight here at B point? Because the total weight of the bar is 30 Newton. As you are calculating at C, it is covering all over the material. That is why you weigh that total weight. You have taken the W as 30 Newton. But at B point, you cannot take 30 Newton. At that case, what you have to do? You have to calculate what will be the weight at B point. How to calculate? When the length of the material is 18 meter, then the weight is our 30 Newton. Yes or no? It is clear? Total weight is 30 Newton when length is 18 meter. Now at B point, what is the length? 10 meter. So at 10 meter, what will be your weight? So just while you are solving your normal arithmetics, normal in your aptitude, that will be 30 by 18 into 10. Okay? 10, 10, so 100 by 6. So it is coming around 16.667. Yeah, 67 Newton. Okay? Again I am repeating. When the length is 18 meter, the weight is 30 Newton. If it is 1 meter, then 30 by 18. If it is at B point 10 meter, so 10 meter में क्या होगा? 30 by 18 into 10. Just I solve normal arithmetic. Okay? While you are solving in the school, means इतना लेंथ रहेगा तो कितना वेट रहेगा, इतना लेंथ रहेगा तो कितना वेट रहेगा. Just I have calculated by a simple logic. So that is weight is 16.67 Newton. So this is our new weight. So put that value 16.67. What will be the length? At B point, length will be our 10 meter. 10. So convert into mm. Then 2. Area will remain same. 2 into 10 to the power 5. So this value is coming around 0.046 mm. Clear? Only the length will change and the weight of the material will change. At C point you can take the total weight, but at B point you should take the partially weight, means whatever the value will come at B point. Clear? This is about our third problem. Next we will solve our next problem. This is our fourth problem. In this problem, to solve this problem, you should understand the principle of superposition, which I told in the previous class. This principle of superposition is not in the civil syllabus, it is not mentioned clearly, but generally in the previous semester exam, the question related to superposition theorem, it is coming for civil students also. Mechanical students, it is already there, but for civil students also, it is coming every year. Okay, so I suggest the civil students to go through my previous lecture, only the principle of superposition part. The previous lecture, which consists of 38 minutes, no need to go throughout the videos, only from the video go through for 3 to 4 minutes, that is for principle of superposition, which I taught in the previous lecture. Okay, the rest of the videos are for mechanical students. So after looking into the principle of superposition, then go to this problem. So this problem related to our principle of superposition. So in this problem, it is given that the shortening of length, because it is applied to compressive load, so it will definitely shorten. So shortening of length is given 0.3 mm, means the deformation. Okay, delta L. Deformation may be contraction or elongation. So here the contraction happens. So that length is 0.3 mm, and it consists of two materials. One is steel and the one is aluminium. So for the two materials, the area is given and their length is given and their modulus of elasticity also given. Suppose it is L1, here it is L2. So superposition theorem very simple. It says that the total elongation and contraction will be summation of the individual section. So according to that, delta L will be delta L1 plus delta L2. Nothing much about superposition theorem. If civil students will not look into that also, then also they can understand in this problem. So the total elongation delta L equal to delta L1 plus delta L2. But for delta L1, you know the formula PL by AE. Okay. So in this question, what is asked? All the data are given, only you can mark the P value is not given. That you have to calculate the compressive load. What is our P value? So how to calculate? Our 0.3 mm is given, total elongation, that is 0.3. It is given delta L1 formula you already know. Whatever the elongation contraction, that formula will remain same, that is PL by AE. So I just told in the previous lecture, while putting the principal superposition for about steel, then look at the left or right bottom. So I am looking at the left, so it is compressive load. Because both are compressive, you can take negative both, so they will add. So I am not mentioning the unit, not mentioning the sign. You can mention the sign minus, but there is no use because there is no tensile force here. If tensile is exist, then you can mark positive, negative. In next problem, we will solve more about principle of superposition. For more clearance, we will solve more problems related to principle of superposition. So P is given, not given, so I am just putting it like this. Length is 200 mm. Area is given 60 into 60. Steel modulus of elasticity is given 2 into 10 to the power 5 plus delta L2 means for this one. For this same formula I will use. P is not given, so put it like this. P L is 260. Area is 80 into 80. E is given 70 into 10 to the power 3. Okay. So now just solve. The only unknown in this in this equation is p value. Just take the common p, that will be, if I take common p, then that will be 200 by 60 into 60 into 2 into 10 to the power 5 plus 260 by 80 into 80 into 70 into 10 to the power 3 whole bracket over equal to 0.3. Just divide both the equation, means 0.3 by this much bracket value, then we will find out the compressive load, that is coming around 407.43 into 10 to the power 3 kilonewton. So this is your compressive load. This is the simplest problem of principle of superposition. More complicated problem we will solve in the next lecture. So till now, in solving these 4 problems, if any doubt, you can contact me. Okay, don't take the doubts, don't remain the doubt within you. You should share with me so that I can able to help you if any doubt. Very less students are asking doubts. Okay, so try to solve problems and ask doubt, because if you are not asking doubt, that means you are understanding everything or you are not understanding anything. So better to interact with me if any doubts. So I have taught in this lecture the 4 different types of numericals, and in the next will be our last lecture of this chapter, and at that lecture I will solve more number of problems for your better understanding. If any doubt, ask me, and we'll solve more about principle of superposition problems, then it will be more clear about these principles. Okay, so till then, thank you.